Hey Lindsey, I know we were able to talk a little bit about the booth, obviously about some of the concussion-related training. Just wanted to touch base on a couple of strategies that we've utilized as you start brainstorming. Hopefully some of these things can help a little bit. The Head Smart program that we sent you has 3 components. The first one is just a lateral slide back and forth, can get cardiac demands up. We then add in leading with the right leg, a clockwise pattern. So you're always going one block off, straight across, and we kind of do the whole circle. So then leading with my right leg, I can go counterclockwise. So just trying to assess how the sight line handles, changes laterally, changes with a clockwise rotation, changes with a counterclockwise rotation. Within any of those elements, we can adjust the time. So I might have an athlete just go slow, initially introducing the lateral slide, and actually getting a little pause at each block. Assessing how they feel, right? So letting their vestibular system recover a little bit. And then obviously we can ramp that up to a nice continuous pattern to challenge that a little bit more. The same thing can be done as we add in the clockwise and counterclockwise. I can sometimes have an athlete just do a rotation, a little pause, think about going straight across, a little pause, clockwise rotation, a pause, that type of thing. We have our blocks in the office colored with a small bit of paint to kind of help cue them a little bit, but it's that clockwise and counterclockwise rotation that also really challenges that cognitive ability, because they have to sort of remember, I'm going clockwise, I'm going one block off to the right, then straight across. One block off to the right, and straight across. So I'm having to think as that vestibular system, cardiovascular system, and obviously muscular skeletal system is being demanded a little bit there. And so the distance is another factor that we can assess there. In terms of tolerance, just taking a block and putting it in a little bit, right? So now I've got just a smaller sort of excursion of my sight line moving through that lateral pattern. All the blocks can come in so I can make my circle smaller. Obviously I can still have that pause at each block, giving myself a chance to sort of assess how I'm feeling from a dizziness standpoint, headache, whatever the symptomatic response is going to be. So that's just kind of, again, some variables to consider. The second part of it that we like to do is just kind of falls under like the best test sort of concept. Obviously, a static one-legged balance, we all know isn't sort of the best way to sort of approach return to sports, but it is an important element. So how can someone handle balance? Well, we really like the idea of sliding into balance. So again, we're sort of going with just lateral, and then we can add in our rotations. But same idea, I can balance and then pause if I needed to, right? So lots of ways to sort of ramp things up and then scale them back as needed. And then a little vertical displacement of that sight line, same idea, I can get to a block, a little squat, kind of, we just like to cue them, hands to the knees, dropping the backside, obviously getting some up-down sight line excursion, as in sort of also handling potentially just lateral or the clockwise, counterclockwise. So some different things to think about there. As you start brainstorming, I think from a simplicity standpoint, one of the things that we'll sometimes do, maybe not even sort of thinking full clockwise and counterclockwise, and this may be helpful just from an initial testing standpoint, is maybe it's just a 3-block excursion. So that my one movement could be straight across and coming back, and then I could do one block to the right, so I get a little bit of rotation, and come back, and one block to the left. So we can kind of simplify the board a little bit. Maybe there's a strategy there. That could be a quick test, and sort of see how an athlete is doing afterwards, and then obviously lots of different potential training variables within the use of the entire board. So hopefully this helps just kind of sparks your brain a little bit. And any questions, certainly shoot us an email back, and hopefully we'll be talking to you soon. Thanks. Bye.